Hey YouTube, coming at you with my first Element Cup team. So we're going to talk about the team and we're going to talk about the meta because that is not exactly what I expected. I'll go over that in 1 second. But the team is Ducklet, Chinchou, and Bulbasaur. I said in yesterday's video, I think a lot of teams are going to be Ducklet, Chinchou, just combos because Ducklet beats pretty much everything. Chinchou is the hardest answer to Ducklet, so I'll pick those two in a safe swap. And Bulbasaur is, I think, one of the best safe swaps, quite honestly. And I'll go over why in some of these battles. But basically, it's good because even against like a Ducklet, if they don't land a Brave Bird, you can get 2 C-Bombs off and grab a shield. And then it beats other grass, usually because you can land a Sludge Bomb and then fire Pokemon. I mean, fire Pokemon, if they have fire, you're kind of just whatever. But something like Vulpix is usually running like Quick Attack Body Slam, so you can get a Sludge Bomb off and grab a shield there. So it's pretty good at grabbing shields or potentially flipping switch in the mid game. So I really like it there. Why I led Ducklet is because Ducklet really only has like one hard answer in Chinchou, right? It's got a couple other people mentioned like Slugma and the lobster one because they have like a rock throw. But the problem is they only win in the 2 shield, and I played against one today and you still take it. You can still grab a second shield, and I was against a Slugma and I maybe put the game in here. Slugma is on the lead with rock throw, and you get 2 bubble beams off that they have to shield before they take you out. So you get like shield advantage even though you lose switch. So Ducklet just doesn't have really any hard answers except Chinchou. And if you see Chinchou, you come in Bulbasaur as a hard answer to that. And again, Bulbasaur is great in the mid game. So that is why it works. The problem with Chinchou on the lead is there is so many just neutral. There's so many bad matchups against it because there's a ton of grass in this meta, which I will go over in a second. And 2, even like some of the like fire Pokemon, if you have a fire Pokemon with body slams that come pretty quickly, like that is not a great matchup. So Ducklet in the lead, just overall safer, only hard answer you see. Bulbasaur is a good safe swap. So Ducklet against Chinchou. Okay, perfect. We know where we're going here. Going straight into this. Out comes the Ducklet. That is fine. This will chip a bunch or grab a shield. And I grab a shield. And I'm still going to maybe get to another move before I throw. Yep, so they're just going full farm down, which is fine. Bulbasaur did his job, grabbed a shield, and almost took it out. Look at that. Imagine if I hit the other bubble, it would be within 1 spark, but I did not. So come in here just because I know everything's resisted, right? Bubble Beam's resisted, and so is Brave Bird. In that situation, you probably just go straight Brave Bird. At this point, Bulbasaur does its job. You are up a shield. Might need to see the shield with Thunderbolts up. It is just a Bubble Beam bait. Yeah, Thunderbolt would hurt because it's neutral. And again, everything, Thunderbolt's a hard hitting move. But anything that hits neutral in this league usually hits for like 50%. That's sort of the rule in a little cup. So got the Thunderbolt off, put it pretty low, Bubble Beam. They're saving this, which means they're probably pretty weak in the back to this as well. But they just went for a second Bubble Beam. No, they're not that weak. I don't know why they shielded. Anyways, they come in here. What is that fast move? Anyways, that fast move really hurt. And they get to a C-Bomb. So that's an interesting moveset. Again, I don't know some of these unique movesets. Shiny yellow stuff coming my way. Get to the Brave Bird. And again, you just wing attack. Even though your defense is low, you still wing attack down. Another Chinchou. Okay, we go do this again. This time I actually hit the button. And they are not getting out for some reason. I wonder if they throw the Thunderbolt here. So the thing is, Shadow Bulbasaur is glassy AF. They eventually come Chikorita. Do I let this one go? Because no, they're a Shadow. I definitely have to shield. Because Body Slam would definitely like take me out. Shadow on Shadow there. I don't know why they stayed in. I mean, Thunderbolt does like a lot of damage, even more than you'd think. But I grab the shield on the first. They come in there. Goodbye there. I'm going to get a move off here. And it's just like Bulbasaur in the mid game has been a beast for me. And again, Ducklet's still, it may be flyer, but it's still half water, right? So it's still taking neutral. Chipped it a ton. It is now super low. They just got a Brave Bird. It does about 50%, just over, which it still hurts, but not a ton. At this point, could be a Thunderbolt. But at this point, does it matter? Yes, it does matter because I have a Ducklet in the back. So I need to Bubble Beam. Thinking that maybe if I Bubble Beam once, maybe twice, because they're not going to throw here, maybe I can... oh, they do throw CMP, so that's tough. thinking that maybe I could have like taken it out, and now maybe I can live with Thunderbolts, but no, I definitely cannot live with the Thunderbolts, but I do get the wing attack down because again, it is resisted, but everything in this league is so glassy. So a good lead here, sort of. I'm shielding this up because like that body slam, if you don't shield it up, does like 55-60%. So shielding it up just to lower their attack first is a good idea. Then I come in Ducklet, and oof, you're not going to have a good time when I have the hardest answer to Ducklet right here. They Bulb Beam me first, which is an okay idea because it does lower these sparks. And now they're going to get to a Brave Bird. And I don't throw thinking like I can live a Brave Bird because I know it only does like 50%, 55%. But I'm like, ooh, that actually did a ton. Luckily, I do survive. Am loaded with energy. Out comes their own chinchou. So I kind of threw blind. Luckily, they end up shielding, and I throw another Bulb Beam, even though I have another Thunderbolt. So, okay, that's kind of dumb, but I guess whatever. Let's just chip it. Come in here. I could, at this point, shield or let it go. I think I'm just going to shield. Just because I can farm down. And again, I got the Bulbasaur in the back, which is a pretty hard answer. Bulbasaur in lead here. Slowpoke. Coming chinchou here, thinking, okay, doing super effective with Thunderbolts. With the shocks. But these confusions add up. And so I'm going to get this off here. But if they shield, I'm in a bad situation because now they can flip switch with these confusions. And then let's actually talk about the meta right now. Because I expect everyone to run Ducklet and Chinchou. And they were on a decent amount of teams. What I actually found was a lot more people ran either fast move damage Pokemon, like Confusion user here, and then I had a full fast move team damage of Rock Throw, Slugma, and a double Razor Leafer in the back. So people are just either using fast move damage, because again, like the they're coming into a loaded. No shield, sludge bomb, goodbye. Oh, what a beast! What a beast! Because even like a Razor Leafer does neutral to Ducklet, right? So even though you're taking super effective with wing attack, you're doing hard neutral with Razor Leaf. So a lot of people are running that. The second thing, and someone mentioned it in the comments yesterday, why don't you just use triple grass? And basically the thought process behind that is, if everyone's going to run Ducklet and Chinchou, you use a grass because Chinchou just has absolutely no answer to grass. And Ducklet is still neutral to grass. So even though you'll lose, all of them are shown as losses in the simulations, you're still chipping a ton and grabbing shields and putting it pretty low. So if you have 3 grass Pokemon, you're probably going to do fine, right? Against the Ducklet and Chinchou core. It just depends what's in the back. Vulpix is primarily in the back because it is, and I'm using it on my second team, Vulpix, because it is one of those Pokemon, and I'm using it on the lead because it is the same thing that I mentioned with Ducklet. Outside of but even Mudboy, unless they're running like Water Gun, which very, very few things are in this, you can quite easily just stay in with anything, running Quick Attack and Body Slam. Because it takes like 4 quick attacks to get to a Body Slam. You have the Weather Ball for grass type Pokemon. You have the Body Slam for the water type and other fire types. So it's just a very good neutral lead. And that's kind of why I liked it there. Kind of like how I like Ducklet here. It's just very safe in general. Not quite able to farm down here. So yeah, I saw a lot of Vulpix as well. So yes, a lot of teams have Ducklet and a lot of teams have Chinchou. Not as many as I was expecting. I honestly expected on like 95% of teams. And Ducklet, I honestly probably only saw Ducklet on like 60% of the teams. And Chinchou maybe on like 40%, 30%, like much less. Like way less than I expected. Way less than I expected. So a lot of people were just going more for neutral Pokemon that can just like Vulpix, some Seals I saw, other Chikorita. I saw Chikorita a couple times because I think it like body slam spams pretty quickly too. So it's just a lot of those like neutral Pokemon that will have play against the Ducklet Chinchou core. And there's your Vulpix with body slam spam, like quick attack body slam coming out quick here, right? So that is what, and that, right, it takes everything. Neutral situation does 50%, so that does 50%. The next one's gonna, I mean, I'm gonna lower their attack, but I'm basically in body slam range, so I'm gonna have to shield. So I probably should have shielded the first one, but I'm gonna let this go. Let's try and sweep with the Bulbasaur. Grab the shield, because the thing is, when you know it's running quick attack, you're not as worried here, because I can like shield a weather ball potentially and just farm and come out with like a ton of energy. They do bait me, so they're gonna get to a weather ball, so I'm gonna throw and force them to use a shield if they want to throw this, and they do, which is fine. I can just shield back and I'm loaded with energy here, so I'll be able to farm down, and whatever's in the back here. Oh yeah, Chikorita. Shadow on Shadow, so I may be actually taken out here. Not quite, 1 HP. But I think I now go down. Or is the Vine Whip going to go through first? Oh, we tie. And we tie. So Slugma, so this is, let's talk about this one, because this is the thing. So you think like Rock Throw is doing super effective, you're in trouble. Wing attacks are still neutral, because it's not a rock Pokemon, it's just a fire Pokemon. So the wing attacks are still neutral. Bulb Beam will do super effective, so they have to shield. They're throwing here because they know I'm going to get to a second move, so they just want to burn a shield, which is the right move to do. They boost their it back up, but I'm going to lower it one more time here and take it out if they don't shield. Right? So I lose when they double shield, but it's still in the red, and I have a shield. So they come in Chikorita, but now, like I said, this in the back is generally fine. Oh, except for this. And I lost this game. Yeah, there's no answer here. Bulbasaur is having a real tough time with confusion users. And spoiler alert, the execute is on my team tomorrow as well. And I did really well with it. Because, again, in most neutral situations against a Ducklet, Chinchou's a little trickier because you do take super. Oh no, Chinchou's way better. Sorry, because it's a grass psychic, so it does well against Chinchou. It does okay against Ducklet. It does take super effective from the wing attacks, but confusions add up, and then like Bulbasaur is everywhere. Plus, you have like Vulpix, which you like the confusions add up pretty quick. So I just gave you 2 of the 3, Vulpix and Execute. Yeah. One of the 2. So what is my third? And I ask you that as I'm trying to remember what I have as my third. But anyways, you'll see that tomorrow. So I did very well today. I don't know if it's because I just dropped so much that or just like both teams work well. I think this team obviously works well because it's just like a very like Ducklet beats the majority of stuff, and I think Bulbasaur is probably one of the best safe swaps in this meta. And Chinchou is just such a hard answer for Ducklet, so it was very easy. But with this, so it is RPS. Everyone says this is RPS, and it is to a certain extent. Because there's something you're just going to lose hard on. But I think that this is also very... you're going to see a lot more, I don't want to call it, yeah, is it skill? You're going to see a lot more thinking through scenario, like win conditions here. Because like, you need to like read teams, when to fight for switch. Like, if you're running Ducklet, you can't get it on Chinchou at all. So you need to like think about like where it is. That's why I like put it on the lead, because I think it's just like, if it's there, I know I need to bail. As opposed to if it's in the back and I don't want to get caught on it. So that's why I think Ducklet is way better on the lead, because if it's on the lead, you got to get out. And then it's like same thing. It's like Bulbasaur in the mid game. Like, do I want to get switch advantage? Do I want to get shield advantage? How important is that to me? So it's a lot of those, like, when a meta is very sort of RPS in that sense, then you do need to think about how to play through the matchups a little quicker and more I think it just not more. I think it just I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think it just like adds a little more. I don't know. I don't know what the word is. Anyways, it's been a long day. It's 15 minutes in. My daughter decided to be up for like 3 hours last night. Plus, then I had to go into the office today, so I didn't get to sleep in. I was up. Anyways, I was basically up from like 2:30 till 5:30, and then I just got up. Yeah. So that is it. The other team, I should mention two of them coming tomorrow. I'm doing well in this. I think I just want to try because I'm very comfortable with the matchups right now in this. So I think I just want to try and finish this out to Legend before I go to Master League and test out my new Lugia that I finally built up and I want to test out. But let me know in the comments below if you're playing this league, what Pokemon you are using, what team you're using, if there's any like sneaky Pokemon. Like I said, I think Bulbasaur is actually like, I don't think, no, it's not on my team tomorrow. I don't think. But I think it was probably low-key like MVP on this team for sure. Just like its ability to like save swap and everything there. So really like Bulbasaur. And then the other two, I still think make a good combo. Just know that a lot of people are hunting for, I don't even think they're hunting for Ducklet as much. I think they're hunting for Chinchou more. Or just like understanding that these two are still both water Pokemon in the end. So just going like more grass Pokemon is the way to go. Anyways, that is it. Enough rambling. Appreciate the thumbs up and comments. And I will see you guys in the next one.